Hello, and welcome to the Earth Chats podcast. I'm your host, Sahara. I'm an activist, writer, speaker, and listener with a passion for creating change in our world. Join me and special guests weekly as we have inspiring conversations and reveal insightful knowledge, tips, and tricks on how you can live more mindfully on this planet. Tune in every Wednesday and make sure to hit subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest episodes. And now, without further ado, let's get on with the episode. As a special gift to our listeners, BMDM Digital has created a 52-page free social media training guide that will help you ignite your social media. You can download your free copy in the link below. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another solo Earth Chat episode with me. So, today I just want to get right on into it, and I just want you to close your eyes. And I'm going to just repeat an affirmation. And I want you just to let this sit with you and see how it makes you feel. It's something that has really helped me in the past and right now as well. And so I just want to share it with you guys, and I hope that it maybe resonates with you. So just close your eyes and open your mind and think on this. Things don't happen to me, they happen for me. Things don't happen to me, they happen for me. This affirmation or saying or whatever you want to call it has really helped me just to kind of put things into perspective. So this goes for anything, but at the moment I'm going to be talking about this whole coronavirus, and for those of us in South Africa, we are now going into a 21-day lockdown. Other people in other parts of the world have already been on lockdown. So it's quite a scary time. There's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of unknown, and we have no idea what to expect. We have no idea how long this could go on for, and we don't know the full extent of the consequences yet. And so there's a lot of chaos around us, and it can be very hard sometimes during a time like this, or even just like in your own life. If there's a lot of chaos happening in your own life, maybe you've had a fight with a loved one, maybe your business, maybe you've lost your job, maybe, whatever it is, if there is chaos happening in your life, it can sometimes be very hard to look on the bright side, or to kind of rise above the issues and kind of see things in the greater whole, if that makes sense. So something that I've been, just reminding myself each and every day is that things don't happen to me, they happen for me. So maybe something didn't go according to plan, maybe something didn't work out the way you wanted it to, but if you can have the knowledge and the wisdom to look beyond just that thing that went wrong or that thing that didn't go right, and to kind of look at the greater picture and think, okay, you know what, I'm not going to get upset about this. I'm not going to, hide away and cry or have a meltdown about this. And if you do, that's totally fine. Go, have your meltdown, get angry, get frustrated, get sad, get upset. But then afterwards, have the wisdom to know that things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And whatever happened or didn't happen, it happened for a reason. And I know it sounds cliche. I know it's like the typical thing everybody says, things happen for a reason. But it's something that I actually truly believe. And so I kind of just want to talk about, in the greater context of everything happening in the world right now, all the scary stuff happening, just to kind of think about that affirmation, things don't happen to me, they happen for me, and to kind of look at that in the greater whole of the world. So if you were to think about the world right now and think that, maybe all of this that's happening, maybe it's all happening for a reason. And often we can't see that reason when we're in it, but afterwards is when we might realize, if we look back, like, wow, if this hadn't gone this way, something else completely might have happened. And maybe that wouldn't have been the best thing. And even though it's so hard, and even though things are so hard right now, we have to try and look, or not necessarily on the brighter side, but just have the wisdom to rise above the current situation. And I totally understand that I'm talking from a position of a lot of privilege. We have a lot of privilege to be able to still, just buy our food, eat healthy meals. We have the privilege that we can work from home and we can still earn a living. It's a privilege to have all these things. But we need to also, obviously it's also hard. It's hard to be in this place when there's so much going on and you're trying to still run a business or do your job or run your family, and if your kids are at home it can be crazy and hectic. And so yes, I am talking from a place of privilege, but I think, even if we're taking this privilege that we have, to not abuse it, if that makes sense. So even if you have the privilege to be comfortable at home, even in a time like this, don't feel bad about it. Don't beat yourself up about it and make yourself feel miserable for all the people that don't have it, because at the end of the day, that's not going to help anybody. It's not going to help us, and it's not going to help those who may be less fortunate. I'm quickly interrupting this episode to bring you a little message from our amazing sponsors who've made this episode possible. I live in the beautiful town of Neisner in the Garden Route, and I want to invite everyone to visit this fantastic part of our country. We have everything: indigenous forests, nature reserves, awesome views, beautiful beaches, and natural wildlife. Come for a dream vacation. Oh, and I almost forgot. Neisner has some of the best restaurants you will find anywhere. Follow us on Instagram at @visitgardenroute, where we will introduce you to our fantastic and favorite people, places, and things to visit. This is us on Instagram at @visitgardenroute. And now, without further ado, let's get on with the rest of the episode. So, I feel like all of us that, I don't know if you've been feeling like this, but that there could be, and might sound a little bit like out there, woo-woo, and if you're not so into or in touch with your spiritual side, it might sound a bit crazy, but I've been seeing a lot of messages also around me from other people, and they've been feeling the same, that in the world right now, we're going through a major change. And this pandemic that we're facing, it's a crazy and chaotic time, but it could be that this is happening for a reason, and that we are in for something much greater at the end of this. And so if we can have the strength to rise above this current situation and just trust and believe in everything that is happening right now, and hold our peace and hold our presence in this big chaotic storm of life, then we can come through this time and come out on the other side stronger than ever before. And so if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling like it's the end of the world, if you're feeling bad about, the privilege that maybe you have, or maybe that you don't have, then just think to yourself, repeat to yourself, things don't happen to me, they happen for me. And think on this for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, and for the world in the greater whole. And by trusting and believing in the natural process and in truly connecting with our earth, because I feel like now in this time we really truly need to connect with our planet. If you think about it, the planet has given us so much. I mean, I was just thinking about this the other day and how it's incredible. I was sitting on my couch with my cat and he was just like looking at me. I was busy writing in my journal, he was busy looking at me, and he like rolled around and he's purring, and I thought, wow, like, isn't it amazing that the earth has given us the ability to have friendships with animals, with creatures that are not of our own species. And I thought, like, isn't that just incredible? And we take so many of these different things for granted. You know, we take for granted the clean air around us. We take for granted going into the ocean for a swim. And it's all these amazing things that now I guess suddenly we have lockdown and we can't just go to the beach for a walk or a swim. We can't just, you know, go out into the forest or whatever. And it kind of makes you realize that all these little things we've taken so for granted. And so I think now is truly such a time to really connect with our planet and connect with ourselves, because instead of seeing this as a negative, horrible thing that's happening, and of course it is, but take this time to connect with yourself and tap into whatever maybe you're feeling and connect with the world around you and whatever maybe the world is feeling. Because, you know, we rush through our day-to-day lives, we rush through our jobs, our school, whatever it is that we're doing, and a lot of the times we don't stop, we don't allow ourselves to feel into whatever we're feeling. So I feel like now is such a good time to almost take a bit of a step back and just, you know, be kind to yourself, be gentle, and tap into whatever it is you're feeling. And it could be maybe suddenly, you know, you decide to start a new business venture, or you decide to learn something new or take a course or something. I think, you know, it's easy to kind of feel like, great, now we can't do anything, can't go to work, can't go to school, but there is so much more that we can be doing. And now is such an opportunity to be doing that, because I mean, did we ever think that we would be forced to stay home for 3 weeks and not go anywhere, not see anyone, not have to go to school, not have to go to work? I mean, it's like, you know, instead of thinking of a lockdown or quarantine, let's change it. Let's think of it as a retreat. You know, it's all about shifting our mindsets. And I know it's such a hard and horrible time right now, and it can be so hard to kind of shift out of a negative mindset. But I think that it's really important to every day try and work on shifting to that positive mindset, because our vibration and our energy has such an effect on the world around us. And if we can vibrate at a higher frequency and, you know, vibrate at that positive frequency and embrace that positive light and that positive energy, then that can spread out into the world and we can just start to create that change. And I know it sounds kind of out there, and you might believe me, you might not. Take what you will, take what you want. But this is just how I've been feeling, that it's such a time to just really connect. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of weird because we're in isolation and you can't really see other people, but in a weird sense, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but the human race seems to come together and connect on such a mass scale whenever there's like a hard time or like a disaster or something. And then after that, everybody goes back to their own business in their own world. But I think, you know, it would be amazing, because I've just seen like around the world, people are just connecting so much. Even though you can't physically see each other, people are, you know, connecting through social media. People are supporting each other and offering up services on social media, online, Even like, I'm sure you guys have seen the videos in Spain where everybody goes out onto their balconies and sings every evening. I mean, it's just like these beautiful things that happen in a time of darkness. And it's such an incredible thing. And so I know that there is so much darkness and so much chaos in the world right now. But if we can just stay present, connect, breathe, and experience this instead of resisting it, then I feel like this whole process, will be easier, and we can find the lessons and the gifts that we need in this time. So this has just been a bit of a word blurt, a thought bubble that has just been on my heart for the last couple days, and I just thought I'd like to share it with you guys. I don't know if you're feeling the same, if this will resonate with you, but I really, really hope that you gain something out of this and maybe it touches you and maybe you can relate. So I really am sending you so much love and so much positivity and strength during this time. Please, please feel free to connect with me on social media. I'm here for you all to bring you inspiration and light during this time as much as I can. So if you're feeling lonely, if you feel like you just want to have a little chat, send me a DM, send me a message, whatever it is. Please just reach out and connect with me because I would love to just be here for you and chat to you. I'm sending you all the love in the world, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Have you taken the Plastic Pledge yet? I have. The Plastic Pledge is an awareness initiative with the aim of fighting the scourge of plastic pollution. If we know better, we can do better. And the most important thing that all of us can do as a community is to create awareness. Find the link to the Plastic Pledge below. Thank you for tuning in to the Earth Chats podcast and supporting the show. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you feel someone else could maybe benefit from hearing this conscious conversation, please do give it a share. And that's it for now, guys. I'll see you next week.